Hello, honorable members of the clan. So, what's up, everybody? I hope you are taking good care of yourself. I'm just kind of like recovering, guys. Today, I just woke up, actually, guys. I've been on antibiotics course for the past 7 days. I don't know because my last day was yesterday, and I thought, it's gonna be out of the system by today. Instead, it knocked me out since last night. I just woke up. Yeah, it's little after 5 p.m. and I just woke up. Those of you who understand how these things work, is that normal? Or, excuse me, as you can tell, is that normal that antibiotics, when it's leaving your system, it will knock you out for a long period of time? Guys, I am a person that is hardly ever sick. And when I am sick, I don't know what to do. My mom was the one that used to take care of me, since she's been gone, and whenever I fall ill, I have no idea what to do. And I don't also, this is the first time where I'm given an antibiotics course I completed. It's always going to be like the first 2 days, and then after that, either I forget, in most cases I forget, or it's because I'm just not used to popping pills. I don't know. But anyways, this video is not about me and my recovery and all of that. I'm just a little bit concerned why I just woke up since last night, and I went to bed at 11 p.m. and I'm waking up, I think it was 25 past 5, if I am not mistaken. Then I took my shower, all in shock. But now I think I'm recovering from the shock, but I also feel better at the same time. Anyways, let's talk about something, guys, that I've talked about on this channel a little while ago. And I felt like maybe I need to show visuals so that we understand the gravity of the situation that we are faced with as South Africans. It is sad. It is scary. It is, I think it's beyond concerned at this point. But I also want to talk about voters. Guys, we are going to 2026 local government elections. And right now, we are seeing politicians coming out in the city of Johannesburg pretending to be cleaning the city. Not as if they did not know that the city of Johannesburg was looking the way it has in the past 4 years. And I also understand that in November this year, we are going to be hosting the G20 summit. And so the city of Johannesburg needs to look, speak, and span. Thereafter, when these global leaders have gone, everything is back to normal. Right now, we are going to be made fools of. Political parties are going to come out and say things that we've been crying about in the past 4 years. And now suddenly it's something that they also just discovered, and they are going to work to make sure that it is eradicated. The moment that you sit them in council, it's back to normal business of ignoring you and prioritizing other people who are not supposed to even be here. And I'm talking those that do not have proper documentation to be here, competing with your children for job opportunities. Right now, we are seeing buildings that we've always known and always cried about that they are hijacked. And it's harboring the most heinous of criminals, and they are not even of this nation. No, they were sitting on their ears. They will say, oh, we are just complaining or something, or they will come out. This is our very people that we voted, and they will call us xenophobic. Call us xenophobic for saying my community is under attack with people that are not supposed to hear, and they're undocumented. They are kidnapping our children when they're coming back from school. They are kidnapping grown South African men. All they do is profile you. They look at you. I never told you guys this before, but 2 years ago, I was almost kidnapped. And the reason why I was almost kidnapped is because this is how I look. Let me show you, in case you've never seen me vertically. But I'm not going to stand all the way too much. I'm just going to show you something that they see and they make the assumption of. Yeah. You see this? To them, it means this guy comes from money, or at least somebody in his family has money. And you know what they do? They target you, and then suddenly you see a car and a bunch of men running towards you. Fortunately, I am always on the lookout. I think I'm a paranoid pedestrian. When I saw what was happening, I screamed so loud that everybody came out and they ran away into their vehicles. Off they were gone. So I've been very, very paranoid. None of my cell phones, I got two of them. One is also dying, actually. I don't have the banking app on neither of them. So you know what I would do? I would do almost the old-fashioned way. Sometimes, in most cases, I will either go to Pick and Pay or ShopRite, where I will withdraw from the till. And in most cases, it's no more than 100 Rand. Sometimes maybe because I want to use the 100 Rand for something that I know I'm going to need during the course of the weekend. I don't withdraw any more than 300 Rand from the tellers. I don't carry money. I don't carry anything that has to do with money. However, if I do carry money in my pocket, it will be like maybe 50 Rand. And that 50 Rand is so that in case I get mugged, because I've been mugged before and I got 1-2 because I did not have anything on me. And they actually advised me that if you don't want to lose your life, make sure that you have something for us, because we are also on the job. And when we mark you, we believe that we're going to get something from you so that we are able to feed our own families. I always make sure that at least there's 50 Rand in there. So that is all that I do. I do not, your cell phone is your nightmare when it comes to what is happening right now. So Ransom, whom I think has started campaigning for the ANC and using his position as the Minister of Police.
Things point at foreigners, because most of these kidnappings, they inevitably involve a foreigner or foreigners, which means that it is correct to say in South Africa, one of the most threatening things to internal stability in the country, it is immigration. Immediately we lock up our borders via whatever Home Affairs together with the whole cluster do, the better, maybe half or if maybe 3/4 of our so we need to look at immigration in the eye and deal with it. Then we will deal with the rest once we've because where do those Pakistanis come from? How did they get here? And how did we not know that we have not just a Pakistan but a criminal who is here solely to do criminality? And Pakistanis are emerging as leading in this, but then there are Mozambicans who are also emerging as leading in this, and Zimbabweans, and therefore we can't keep on talking about it. We have to look at them in the eye, including some of our police officers. By the way, a police officer would be involved.
Because this is not something that he just found out. This is something that South Africans have been crying about for the longest time. And now he has identified 3 countries that are responsible for the kidnapping of South Africans. 3. And I'm going to play you a clip so that you guys get to see the gravity of what I'm talking. Probably you guys are already seeing it as I am talking. This is exactly what is happening because of your vote. Because you are voting for people who don't care. These people live on with bodyguards. They can afford security. And they live in suburbs that has walls up to heaven. Untouchable. And then you and I, who are vulnerable and ordinary citizens, we are exposed to this type of danger. And do you think this is going to come to an end just because Ransom has realized that? And now he's talking about, oh, if we can seal our borders, this is our problems will be half solved. I don't think he understands. I don't think he understands that this has gone so far and sipped his way into his own political party leaders who are now partners with these people. In terms of white powder, there are many of them that are in partnership with these green, white, and green people that come with these white powder wherever they come from. And then they get a chunk of that money as protection fee. And then Ransom is just going to talk about sealing the borders. No. Inside your political party, start there. Doesn't the ANC have intelligence? Because the last time I checked, there was an intelligence in the ANC. Now, okay, forget the ANC intelligence. Maybe it was long time dismantled. What about the country's intelligence? Once upon a time, there was even a whole minister of intelligence wife. I don't have to remind you that story. I think she's still in prison to this day. A man who is supposed to be responsible for the national security of this country, his wife whom he sleeps next to every single night, is in prison because of white powder. So this is not just on the surface thing. It is in your party. Whenever you vote for this party, you are saying, hey, come and kidnap my children. Hey, get my children addicted to white powder. Hey, get my children addicted to nyaupe and all the stuff that we see on the streets. Hey, addict my child so that they come back and they beat me. Hey, this is what you are voting for. And it's about time that we start thinking before we go into the ballot paper, guys. Honestly speaking, as I am saying, they are out to get your vote. What we are seeing in the city of Johannesburg, this is to make a fool of us. When did they realize that the bylaws of the city of Johannesburg are being violated? Because long time ago, to put a table on the pavement of Johannesburg, the Metro Police came and asked you if you had a permit for that. If you did not have a permit for that, they confiscated your goods. But because most of them are in the pockets of these people that now ask the citizens who pay taxes and rates, we have to compete with cars just so I'm able to pass and get into Small Street. Even when I get into Small Street, I am not guaranteed that I'll come out on the other side safe. That's the South Africa we live in. And I know this is not only in Johannesburg. It's happening in Durban. It's happening in Cape Town. It's happening in Mpumalanga. It's happening in North West. It's happening in Limpopo. It's happening everywhere. We are under siege. Under siege, and we are also getting other stuff also that we have to deal with, like propaganda against our nation. We have our very own so-called citizens committing treason against us. And guess what is our government doing about it? Mum. Why are they mum? Because they don't want to antagonize Donald Trump. So there's a lot going on, guys. There is so much in this country that is going on that you and I must pay attention. And then when, you know, this thing that, oh, what is the alternative? That's a dumb question. You can never know what the alternative is if you have not tested the grounds first. What was the whole purpose of going to school? What was the purpose of you writing a test, an examination, and doing assignments? This is to prepare you for things like this today, so that whenever you are going through a situation, you are able to do educated calculations. For example, we have many political parties, and all these political parties have not been in government before up until 2024, where now we have, I think, 10 political parties in the GNU. But still, even though they are in the GNU, you are not paying attention as to which political party that is actually putting South Africans first. You're not. And as a result of that, all the other political parties that are in the GNU, they are becoming complacent. Because we're not paying attention. But do you know, if we were paying attention and we were able to say, hey, I don't know if is Action SA part of, let's say Action SA is part of GNU, and then we are seeing the minister or ministers doing something, and then we, how do we put this? Specifically say, hey, the minister from Action SA is, because I know they're going to want to be spoken as a unit. I know they're going to want us to speak to as a unit, but we are paying attention as which political party ministers in the GNU that are doing work for us and putting us first. We are not doing that. We're absolutely not doing that. And then tomorrow we're going to say, what's the alternative? Oh, there's no alternative to the ANC. To make yourself feel better for voting for the ANC, for acting stupid. That's what you are doing. You are making yourself look like, oh, there's never an alternative. With so many political parties, and none of them have actually been in parliament, not even in parliament, in government. How do you know that they are incapable when you have never seen them work for you and failed? Then you say, okay, next, in the next 5 years. If they also fail, next, until we find that political party that is going to put us first as the people of South Africa. I think it's about time that we called ourselves out, guys. Honestly speaking, if we are doing something stupid, let's say we did something stupid. We did something stupid during Codesa. We did. And look at what's happening right now. And I'm not saying that there ought to have been a retaliation in violence back. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is whatever that was being negotiated, it should have put us all first. All of us. Here we go. Here we go. Now they want to cut off the country into another state. And they want the boots of America to come here and do that to you. Because we don't want to call ourselves out. Instead, we are worshippers of politicians that do nothing for us but lie, like they're doing in the city of Johannesburg right now. This is sickening. I hope you guys are watching these overlays that I've put on this video. Look what's happening to you and me and your children indiscriminately. And these are people that do not belong to this country. How did a Pakistani come to South Africa is what I want to know. And what is happening in Pakistan that has made them to come even seek asylum? But then what is the principle of asylum seeking according to the international laws? Is it not the first country safety? What is the safe country first, which happens to be the next door neighbor? How is a Congolese in South Africa? Because they're not. We South Africans are not the first safe country, according to Refugee Act or whatever the case is. Now a whole Pakistani, a whole Somali, a whole Ethiopian, Congolese, the people that have the claim to first save country first are Zimbabweans, are Swatis, are Lesotho or Basotho, Botswana, Namibia. From Zambia, going all the way, we are not the first safe country. That principle does not apply to them. But how come? And why is it all the time when we are having this influx of illegals, it's always men? Particularly when you speak about the Somalis, the Pakistanis, and the Ethiopians. Why is it always young men who supposed to, they look capable to do what they need to do for their countries to work, but they are here. And when they get here, they still treat us like second-class citizens in our own country. And now they're involving themselves in kidnapping. Kidnapping South Africans. Turn around and tell your family you need to pay them a ransom so that they release your loved one. And in most cases, they never do. You pay the money and they never do. You know what I did with my family? I said, the day you get a call from me and I'm telling you that I'm kidnapped and they want a ransom, do not pay it. I will tell them, Mina. That's the conclusion I've made. I will tell my kidnappers, listen, guys, I've lived a life. I've lived my life. I'm good. Pull the trigger. Not a cent of my family's money is coming into you and your bank account so that you can go take care of your family in the most wrongest way. I told them all. Others was like, highball. I was like, You are not going to pay a cent because I am telling you, once you pay that money, still, I'm going to come back home in a box. Still, I will come home. So let's just choose the first option. Let them pull the trigger. At least, Nina, all that you have to do is prepare for my body. It's It's sad that we have to speak like this now. My phones don't have a banking app. If they take my phone and they're looking for the app, I'll tell them I don't have it. I didn't even arrange it with the bank. So do what you have to. But calling my family, that's not going to happen. You're going to have to do it. The only time I will pick up that call is to let them know what is happening so they can start preparing. Not because I have to dig into the pocket and give them and still come home on my back. It's the life that we have been put through our votes, guys. Now, this is what is happening, unfortunately. Unfortunately.
I'm a citizen of this country. No, I'm a citizen of this country. I'm a citizen. This is South Africa. And I'm a South African.
You are not South African.
I am. I'm a South African. How many presidents have I voted here? How many presidents? Yes.
I am playing this over and over and over so that it sinks in. Because tomorrow, it could be you. It could be your child. It could be somebody you love. Thank yourself when you look yourself in the mirror for voting. And I'm not saying don't vote. All I'm saying is we need to start now in your community. Before IEC opens registrations for 2026 local government elections, even if it means we have to raise that 1,500 Rand for them to register with the IEC to run for your councillor in your community. We have that young man. We have that young lady. We have that store owner. We have that pastor or a priest. We have that uncle who once went to prison, came back and his life changed. And all he does is to make sure that his kasi is safe and put first. These are the people we should be approaching to stand and represent us in council houses, not some bougie looking guy with an accent to go into the city of Johannesburg council house and does nothing for you. Not that guy who dropped out of high school during the lunch breaks and he doesn't even know how to string a sentence together, but you make him a councillor because he came with his silver tongue and convinced you to vote for him. Or maybe you voted for him because you fear him. Start voting for yourself and your people. When these people become our councillors, they're supposed to hold town hall meetings or public meetings, whatever meetings they call them, so that Siba Tume Nompako to council, hey, in our communities, this is what we are running out of, or this is what we need. They go into the council house and table that. Table bills. Table and get these bills to be adopted so they can come back and implement those things. But then you get somebody who ran away from school as your counselor and is given a budget of R1 billion and he has no idea because in mathematics, why balekela? And hence today you have sewage running across your front door because your counselor has no idea what is a budget and how to take that R1 billion into everything that is needed in your community. It might not be everything, but at least there are things that he or she would have prioritized. Also, wasn't about priorities angayazi maths. I'm not talking about accounting. I'm talking mathematics. Compared with the accountancy, the city will provide one for him or her. Can you stop being sentimental with your vote? Start being intelligent with your vote. Because this is what we are now experiencing as South Africans. Now we have a minister of police who say, oh, I realize there are kidnappings in South Africa. How many years has kidnappings have been going on in South Africa? How many? How many? You know somebody in your family or in your neighborhood, a child that went missing to this day, agagatolo. Yeah, you see, when I was ill and in bed, I got to see a lot of things. I got to put so many things into perspective. You need to identify leaders, guys. Identify leaders. Those that you keep saying, oh, they liberated us. Yes, AfriForum is showing you there's no liberation ever happened. Instead, we were sold. Oh, they liberated us. Kopi. Who? Who? Let's stop being sentimental. That's all I'm saying. Let's be intelligent, guys. We have people who are capable. We do. It's just easy. We're coming up with this silly excuse. There's no alternative. If there's no alternative, when why are you sitting? And there are these people say, I am sick and tired of watching videos like this one and nothing is done. Where now? What are you doing? Why are you waiting for other people to take action? Are you that incapable mentally? Is that what you are saying? No, but you cannot with your chest say, I'm tired of listening to videos like this one and yet nothing. If you take the lead, we'll follow you in changing this country. Why must you wait for other people to use their brain cells? Anyways, guys, before I get all the way too emotional, and I know most of the things that I'm saying here, the antibiotics, they are the truth syrup, by the way, in case. It's like alcohol. You know when they say when you're drunk, that's where you are in your truest state of mind? I think I understand it now. And that, guys, hopefully you are going to leave a like in this video. You're also going to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. And also you are going to share this video far and wide. And I'll see you next time with a new video. Goodbye.